Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
Rashad. Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do,
We
boy?
walking around the world.
Obviously, a big win. You want to start off the playoffs with a win. We got off to a slow start, but we kept at it. Obviously, a physical game, a lot of foul shots, a lot of delays, but it's nice to, start the playoffs with a W.
Ernest Ricks, MGMV Sports. I wanted to ask you all, coming into this first playoff game, there was a lot of talk about making Atlanta an intimidating environment for visiting teams. How would you describe today's atmosphere, and how much of an impact do you think it had on the game?
I think that our fans definitely came in and put an emphasis on cheering for us loud, and I think that they did make a little bit of a difference when we went on our runs. It's always great to have a home game where we're appreciative, and I think that we were just excited to be in this environment, knowing that you have to make sure you protect home court, and I think that the environment today was great.
Rhyne, first of all, the boots fire. Talk to me about today's game, the physicality, and how y'all stayed focused on the game today.
We know that the playoffs is a whole new ball game. Way more physicality, less calls. Obviously, that wasn't the case today, but just coming in with the mindset of wanting to punch first and knowing that it's going to be physical, knowing that you're going to be playing in a dogfight. I think that really helped us even with the slow start, because we still were able to combat what they were doing, and making sure that we were able to get back on track and making sure that we were able to get ourselves back going.
Ryan, this question is for you. Obviously, you've seen it all season long. Naz has been fantastic, but what did you see from her today that made you go, wow?
I don't think I've seen anything that made me go, wow, because like you said, she's been doing it all season. So, we expect that of her. She stepped up big time for us when we needed her, and, being able to, run plays late for her, and, her getting that bucket and getting the stops that we needed, making it hard on both ends of the floor. It's not something that's surprising me. So, she's been doing that all year, like you mentioned, and, for her to continue to do it, that's what we're going to need.
Coach, the second and fourth quarters were the difference in the game, especially in the defensive end for you guys. What did you feel like was most successful in slowing them down?
Well, I think Indiana's really good offensively. They play with a lot of pace. They're flying around. They really put some pressure on your help defense. And I just thought in the second quarter, we kind of settled in, and we forced a lot more tough shots, and we forced a few more turnovers in the second quarter, and we really needed it because the first 5 minutes was a little bit rough, and then we started to make a little comeback before the end of the quarter, and I thought we kind of asserted ourselves in the second quarter and gave us a little bit of a lead going into the half. But then we come out in the third quarter, and within a minute or two, all that lead that we built was gone just like that. This is a tough team. They're really talented. They're really well coached. So we know we're going to have to play really well to win another game in the series.
Brian, I know that Indiana has a few people that are out, but they're historically a team that's shot the ball well. What helped you guys today kind of limit them in being able to knock some of those threes down?
I think being able to stop them from getting second chances is really what we keyed in on. We know who they want to go to. We know who's going to take those shots, and making sure that we make those shots hard, make them tough for them to make, and then getting the first rebound and, pushing from there.
My first question, Coach. You've been talking all season about being prepared for all teams because, not necessarily paying attention to the teams, how they landed in terms of playoff seeds. What does it say about your team being able to still get a win like this and not necessarily play the best version of yourselves?
Well, I think it was kind of what you might expect from a first game in the playoffs. Like each people were kind of, feeling each other out, seeing where there's a weakness, trying to attack that weakness. But I really like our team. I think we have been playing really well going into the playoffs. I have a lot of confidence that if things don't start off well, that we can pull it together, that we can pull together and make comebacks. And, this playoff series, this is a nice win, but you go into the next game and the only thing that carries over is the win. That's good, but you got to go do it all again, and you got to win another one just to advance. So big thing for us is understanding that the job is not done in this series. And there's things that we can do better, and we need to make sure that we take the film and take the practice and, play a better game next time we're out.
And then one quick follow-up question, and this is for you all, the players too, if you want to chime in. First playoff win since August 31st, 2018. I don't know if you guys knew that or thought about that, but any thoughts on that?
Yeah, we knew that. This is mine and I's first home game period in the playoffs. And so for us to even have accomplished that much, to have the home court advantage, we knew we had to make the good one. So yes, we know that was our first playoff win, and we're looking to continue to have more.
This question is for Nas. What do you guys have to do to make sure you don't come back here on Thursday?
I think the biggest thing is our defense. Our defense is what I truly feel like fuels our offense. Indiana's a great offensive team, and if you let them get hot or you let them get going, it can turn into a really ugly game. So you have to key on into their key players. Of course, they're going to go to them with their backs against the wall a little bit, but also making sure that the rest of their team, who aren't necessarily their key players, doesn't get second chance opportunities or run out layups. Like, we have to make everything hard on the defensive end, and I think that after that, everything else will take care of itself.
This question is for anybody, but really following up on what you said, Coach, about having the confidence to come back after trailing the beginning. Do you think that's been some kind of superpower that you guys have developed to where you can sit back and see the game? Because it's been a few games towards the end of the season where we had a slow start and then you guys battled back. Does that allow you to kind of adjust to the game?
I just think we have really good players, and sometime they got to get a feel for how the game's going. And at some point, we have enough good players that we should make a run at some point if we just keep at it, keep pushing the tempo, keep executing our offense the way we're supposed to, get the shots that we're supposed to get. So you just have to stay locked in throughout a game, and you hope that your time comes to make a nice run and you get them on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, for Coach, can you speak on Maya's defense and like the energy she brought on that in tonight?
I think Maya's been playing great for us. She's been giving us a great lift off the bench. She really competes on the defensive end. She's a really good rebounder, and then she's providing scoring for us. She's looking for opportunities to get it to the rim or open threes, and so she's been great for us off the bench. A big lift every time we've gone to her. Yeah, we trust our bench. They've come through for us when we needed them all year, and they'll be. I'm sure some of the minutes will vary from game to game depending on how the game's going or foul trouble or things like that. But we have a lot of confidence if we need anybody from our bench to play extended minutes. If somebody gets a bloody lip and they got to go out for a little bit, we think that we can maintain and keep playing well. I hear you. I would say it was before the first meeting. Like, we went into the first meeting and we made it clear that we have really high goals. This wasn't going to be a year that we were going to be satisfied with everybody telling us that, wow, you really improved over last year. No, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to be the best team in the league. We're trying to win the championship. And we are all aware how hard that is because everybody's trying for that. But we weren't going to let a year go by where we didn't go for it.
Thank you. This one for the Rashad, why you didn't hit me up? What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.